Okay, this is the second video in a series on how to set up a PHP MySQL Apache test server, development server, using the WinLab and a few other free programs. So again, this is mostly for my programming students that are in my class, but it doesn't matter. Anyone can watch it, of course. The first video we downloaded a whole bunch of programs. This video I'm simply going to walk you through the installation. Alright, so we downloaded all the programs into one folder, and we're going to start with the easiest one, Notepad++. So let's just go through this really quickly. So Notepad, and we're going to go to EnView, PHP Designer. All three of them are really simple, and WinLab is slightly different. So okay. Now, when you're installing free and open source software, you really gotta kind of look at what you're doing. First of all, you want to install the program where it basically wants to. If you don't have a reason to modify this location, then don't. Okay. Next, you want to use the settings that they recommend, unless you have a specific reason not to, and simply install it. Alright, so let's run it and have a look at it. Notepad++. There it is, Notepad++. So this is a general programming tool, very popular. Many languages, actually any languages pretty much supports. Tabs, what have you, line numbers, and that's Notepad++. That's it. Okay, now let's go install. Okay, let's do EnView next. So EnView. Now, another thing you got to watch out for when you are installing free software, so accept the agreement next, is again you want to install in a stock factory location, factory settings as much as you can. Let's create a desktop icon. Is you want to watch out for free software trying to install all kinds of toolbars in your browser, or any kind of software. And a lot of times what happens is it'll be a window and it'll like the item will be automatically checked, and then you click next, and you just miss it. That's really common. And, so you got to watch it. Basically, be informed. After you install a free program, you might find like an extra toolbar in your browser, which it's kind of annoying. All right, so here is EnView, and like I said, this is a kind of a drag and drop type. With what you see is what you get type HTML editor. Let's close it. Now, this little window here, you don't need to worry about this too much. It says here that they basically want to ping you to see basically, that you're using your their software. Is really not a big deal. So just click OK and let it go to work. It's not spyware, nothing like that, it's really nothing to worry about. So I'm not going to wait for it. I'm just gonna keep on going. All right. Okay. Now going back to this folder here. Let's install PHP Designer next. Really simple. This is one we've been using in school. Remember that our programming class is not language specific. I use PHP as a teaching tool basically. And okay, so what are we here? So I accept the agreement. Next, install it where it wants to. Let it be called what it wants to. Create a desktop icon. Install it, and there you have it. Launch PHP Designer, and this is nothing new. We've been using it so far. Okay, there you go, PHP Designer. So actually, PHP Designer and Notepad++, they basically do the same thing. The only difference is PHP Designer is kind of PHP specific. It's kind of designed for PHP, whereas Notepad++ is cross-platform. It's designed for many different languages. Okay, now let's install WinLab. So this is an all-in-one package that installs a development server, a test server, Linux, operating system, Apache web server, MySQL database, and PHP programming language all in one go. Otherwise, it'd be somewhat of a painful setup. Now, this is very simple, not simple, but it's not that hard. So let's try to keep the factory settings as much as we can. Install C. Now, don't need to modify any of this. Server names, localhost, email. Don't worry about that. Install. The first thing it's going to do, it's going to spend a few seconds installing Apache. All right. And then what's going to happen after this? It's going to It's going to open a web browser. It's going to show you a document, and there's a couple important things on that document that you need to take note of. So I'm just waiting for that to happen. There we go. So remember that we're setting up, actually this one package is setting up 4 different things here. So that's why this installation looks and feels a little bit different than the other ones. There we go. Okay, now it opened up an information file, and the important part here is in red here. The default user and password for PHP MyAdmin is root and MySQL. Don't need to change it, just leave it. We don't need to change it because it's a development server. We're not really using this for real. We're not too worried about hacking attempts, that kind of stuff. So again, your MySQL password, your MySQL username will be root, and your MySQL password will be MySQL. All right. So when we finish reading it, just go ahead and close it off. Click OK, and it's going to finish installing Linux, and it's going to start installing MySQL. So same idea here. Click on Next here. We want to go through a typical setup. Try to keep the factory settings as much as you can, and install it. Now, the difference with this installation, there's a number of questions that it's going to ask you, and I specifically want to walk you through the answers to those questions. All right, we're basically going to leave pretty much all of them alone, but I still want to walk you through it. And then next video, we're going to talk about how to configure it. All right. Okay, now this first one here, skip the sign up. You don't need to sign up for an MySQL account. Configure MySQL server now. Yes. So let's walk through the configuration. Okay, so go ahead and click next. Detail config. So again, keeping the factory settings as much as we can. You want to notice that it's working in the background, no problem. So this is a developer machine. We're going to use it to develop stuff. Multifunctional database. Okay, not really sure what that is, so let's click next. Addition support. Okay. All right. TCP/IP strict mode. Okay, standard character set. What language you're using? Okay, install as a Windows server. So yes, we want it to run in the background. Okay, so now it's asking for the root password. So again, the root password is going to be MySQL, and then type that in again here. MySQL. Now don't worry about this one. And then click next. So remember that, and then click execute. So remember that web page that popped up, it asks you to do MySQL. Okay, retry, don't worry about it. Okay, retry, try. There you go. So it took a couple times, but everything went through, and then finish. So remember that web page that popped up where it asked for, where it said your username is root and your password is MySQL? Well, that's where we used it. Close. Completed. And there you have it. Okay, that's it. So next time we're going to start off in this web page and we're going to see where it takes us. Okay?